Lagunitas Brewing Company by Nicholas Cherry, Seth Holman, Marcus Houghton, and Timothy Thornton. Introduction. Lagunitas was founded in the home of Tom McGee in '93. The brewery has grown from a small local brewery into a national brewery through a series of successful growth initiatives culminating with the building of a brewery and distribution center in Chicago, Illinois. This move was required because they'd reached their maximum capacity at the Petaluma Brewery in 2007 and needed to expand in order to reduce costs and increase distribution channels. As they transitioned into a national brewery, they faced competition from both craft and large breweries. Main issue. Lagunitas has succeeded at every step and has continued to grow as many breweries have failed. This growth has exceeded the expectations of CEO Tom McGee and has allowed them to grow from a small craft brewery to an emerging national brewery. Their success has them on the verge of becoming one of the top breweries in the country. The major issue keeping them from reaching this is a lack of direction on what is the next step needed in order to become one of the top national brewers. This presentation presents two different alternatives to address this question. Factors for consideration. Breweries are limited on how much they can charge. Lagunitas' marketing strategy is lacking. Tom McGee is in charge and his vision guides the company. The craft beer market continues to grow, and Lagunitas faces competition from both craft and national breweries. Suggestion number 1. Hosting live bands and concerts will increase customer traffic significantly. The creation of an app will allow customers to be notified about events and concerts, as well as specials and coupons that are being offered. The rewards initiative will incentivize customers to make repeat purchases by rewarding them with free beer. Suggestion number 1. Pros. It would increase customer traffic when slow. An app would keep customers up to date. Lagunitas could become more environmentally friendly while reaching customers personally. Cons include many people plus alcohol equals a possible liability. The application software would require significant investment, and it may not be widely adopted. To compete with major players such as Miller Coors and Anheuser-Busch, Lagunitas must grow. It must expand capacity and reach more markets. To do so affordably, another brewery should be built in the southern region. McGee believes Lagunitas could grow 3 to 4 times its size in 5 to 10 years, and given the growth rates they've had so far, that's not far-fetched. It's time to capitalize on that growth and take on major players. Pros of suggestion 2 include cheaper distribution to the southern region, producing a larger volume to compete with the major players. They could choose an area with lower costs to produce the beer and build loyalty in that new area. Cons include financial risk, possibly a lower quality beer, an unpredictable market in beers across the board, and it's not a very innovative solution. Final recommendation. After examining the alternatives, the best strategy would be for Lagunitas Brewing Company to implement a strategy that allows them to build their following while simultaneously creating customer loyalty through the use of music to market their business, technology that fosters innovation, and be more than just a beer by creating a relationship with their customers. Ideas for implementation. Lagunitas could start their own festivals and traditions. These events would be a way to get involved with the community and give Lagunitas an opportunity to feature their beers at these performances. One way that Lagunitas could expand on this strategy would be to allow their customers to vote on which bands they would like the company to sponsor at these festivals. And that would be based upon the amount of beer the customer has bought. Those bands who receive the highest amount of votes at the end of the year could be featured at the festival. A unique code would be located inside of each product box where the consumer could visit the Lagunitas app and record those purchases. To encourage utilization of the app and promotion of the bands, customers that register their votes can earn rewards such as Lagunitas 6-packs. Supporting up-and-coming bands could pay huge dividends for Lagunitas in the hopes that the band will be loyal to their company and influence fans' beer choices. Creating an app not only allows customers to vote for their favorite bands and receive rewards for their Lagunitas purchases, but allows the company to engage with their customers. The company could post announcements they want their customers to see, such as new beer announcements, or they could even allow consumers to vote on the next beer created. They could also design a feature that enables customers to give their feedback. Lagunitas can be more responsive to their customers, reacting to any negative feedback to provide better customer service. All of these factors allow consumers to feel a deeper connection to Lagunitas Brewing Company. Wastewater treatment facilities should also be implemented to show Lagunitas' desire to be part of the community. They want to show their corporate social responsibility and show that they aren't just in it for the profits, they're in it for the people. By doing so, they are surely to spend a lot of money on the plants, but they will reduce some of the money they are spending on fines. This will also surely get some positive publicity for the company. Consequences of final recommendation. Positives. Brand loyalty ensures that the company will get returning service from their customers. Brand loyalty is important in the beer industry. Ideally, this would increase sales for the company. Marketing. Lagunitas could provide a fresh new marketing plan with the use of their festivals, incentives to buy their products, and links to music. This strategy is much different than any other top competitor and may differentiate them from the crowd. Festivals have given Lagunitas a chance to directly interact with consumers while giving the consumers a chance to try new beers while listening to their favorite up-and-coming bands. With the investment in wastewater treatment facilities, consumers who see a positive impact in their communities are more likely to support the company. Most of all, Lagunitas would be able to successfully build a brand that connects with their customers rather than just being a beer producer. Negatives. Competition. The beer industry is extremely competitive. Top brands such as Anheuser-Busch and Miller Coors dominate the market. Although, because of the great size of the industry and differing tastes and preferences, there is still plenty of room for profits by others. The problem is that Lagunitas wants to compete in this top tier. These top companies are surely to respond in order to protect their market share. The next consequence is the opportunity cost of spending money on developing their app and building up their festival, whereas they could be trying to invest in new facilities to expand. The goal here is to build customer loyalty so that as they grow, customers will stay with the business as a long-term investment rather than producing too much beer without a loyal following. If their plan is not successful, they could lose out on these potential strides in growth. Lastly, if their strategy does not attract bands that people enjoy listening to and their festivals do not draw on the customers they desire, they have wasted a lot of time and money. The whole purpose of this strategy is to use these opportunities to advertise to new potential customers and get them to try Lagunitas beer. If they cannot attract customers, their brand could be in trouble of being passed up by other competitors. Questions. A major concern for Lagunitas is waste. As a CSR company, should they undertake the responsibility of building their own waste treatment plant in California and Chicago? What are Lagunitas' most important resources and capabilities, and how can they provide a lasting competitive advantage as the industry grows? What are Lagunitas' strengths and weaknesses in relation to market opportunities and threats? Who are Lagunitas' rivals, and what areas are Lagunitas competitively stronger or weaker than them? What are the forces driving industry change, and how can Lagunitas adjust their strategy accordingly?